interest me on Yahoo News Singapore.
Thank goodness.
Sorry.
I actually know. I know someone in Singapore.
Yes, the
That's
one guy
right.
who was our fact checker.
That one guy.
Yeah,
That one guy.
that one guy.
What's up, one
hey,
guy?
oh, you over
Hey,
there in
one guy.
Singapore?
Oh,
Yeah.
And we're live.
We are live.
Just in time for that.
Yes.
Finger guns. Pew, 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 pew. You want to check the stream and make sure we're not being dumb?
Being dumb and not hearing us.
And big dummies.
Big dummies.
Big dummy.
Let's see. Did you
Always.
Did you finish Bad Batch, or did you?
I did
watch?
not yet. Actually, that is the one I like. That's why I did
You
not
lost
say we
interest
should do
in
that.
it, yeah.
It's not even that I lost interest; it's that life is crazy.
Oh, that too.
But I did hear it was pretty good, so I got to check
It was
out.
good.
Hey, that sounds good. There's no echo.
No echo.
Oh my gosh!
Sounds like we've
We
knew
done this
what we
once
were
or twice
doing.
before, and not
Yeah.
I don't know
And
100 or so.
yeah. All right.
Intro music.
That's Star Wars news. Bantha Milk theme updated. All right. Let me start my record over his ear.
Stored it.
Stored it. On this episode of Bantha Milk Podcast, it's the day after Star Wars Day.
Revenge of the Fifth.
Intro music.
Hunting is a complicated profession.
Fashion. I'm just going to keep saying fashion the whole show. Fashion.
I wonder how long we could get away with that.
Fashion.
Before like who's out there listening to us that would last the longest?
That would last the longest.
Just sitting there like, is this going to change? And
Right,
they just
like,
they take the phone and they drag the bar forward 20 minutes and it's still
And it's
fashion. Like, all right, well, they got me. All
I
right.
think Eric would be the only one that would last through the whole thing to see when are they going to actually start talking. It'll be like our Andy
Andy Warhol,
not Andy Warhol.
Andy Griffith.
Nope, not Andy Griffith. Andy,
I don't know. I'm just
the guy
naming
on
Andys
Taxi.
right now.
Who is the Andy on Taxi?
Oh, that guy. I don't remember. Jim Carrey played him.
Jim Carrey did play him, yes. But who was he originally?
Was his name Andy?
I thought it was Andy.
I don't think it's Andy.
I think Taxi. It is
Kaufman or
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman. You're right. Yeah,
Yes.
Andy Kaufman.
See, there
Yeah,
we go.
you are right.
Boom. Good job pulling that one out.
Yeah.
Kaufman. Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Andy Kaufman was notorious in his stand-ups. I don't know how much you knew. Did you watch the Jim Carrey thing? So you?
Yeah, I
kinda
didn't.
understood.
I actually didn't watch the movie, but I know enough about Andy Kaufman just as a.
Yeah, like he
Pop
decided
culture icon.
at one of his stand-up shows he was just going to read a book the whole time.
Well, from what I understand, his whole shtick was like he didn't care how he made people. He was like, I'm selling the bit, you know,
Yeah.
like this
Yeah,
is
no
this is
matter
the
what
bit.
you think about it, I'm going to sell it regardless.
Yeah, so wasn't he like didn't he join the WWF at one point?
So
Wasn't he
this
like a
was
champion or
before
something?
this was before WWF, but it was the Memphis Wrestling League before
Yeah.
WWF became a thing.
It's essentially
yeah,
David
he-
Arquette becoming the WCW champion. It's the
Yeah,
same thing.
yeah, it was the same thing as that. But he wanted to start wrestling. He was doing a lot of wrestling women, and then I forget Jerry the King Lawler.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
He was like the running the league or whatever. So then he started to he was calling him out and saying, oh, you can't wrestle. I'm going to beat you. Come on,
So
let's
he
go.
fought Jerry the King Lawler, right? That was his
Yeah,
match, right?
And that was his match, and he even on the David Letterman, when David Letterman was at the 12:30 time slot, they had them both on, and Andy Kaufman challenged him right there, and he gave him a wrestling slap to the chest.
Oh yeah.
And then Jerry the King Lawler picked him up and body slammed him through the desk or something like
Love
that. And to this day, nobody really knows who was involved, because if you saw David Letterman's reaction, he was like, stop this,
Right.
somebody, whatever. So they're still not sure, because the way Kaufman was, they weren't even sure if he thought wrestling was real, because when
Right.
he was wrestling the women, he really was selling it big time. But,
Yeah.
So yeah, so he was a very interesting dude. But yeah,
You
so
can catch more on our Andy Kaufman podcast that comes out 4 times a month.
That's right.
We have a lot of things to say. There's a lot of content when it comes to Andy Kaufman. It
There
just keeps
is.
churning out. But
Yeah, well, it doesn't keep churning out.
that's the thing. He recorded all these things, and just him being who he is, he
Right.
time released them.
It's
Put
like
them in a
the
vault.
secret, like the Beatles albums
That's
that they
right.
just found now. There's all this Andy Kaufman stand-up stuff that nobody knew about.
That's right. And we're 5 minutes here into our Star Wars Day podcast.
Yes.
And we have just now started talking
about Star
Probably.
Wars.
Well, maybe not. Let's talk more Kaufman. So Andy Kaufman. Anyway,
Andy Kaufman.
I did like Taxi as a kid.
I did too.
It was on Nick at Night, don't you know?
It was. I remember. I'm old enough to remember
when it was not on Nick at Night?
downstairs when it was on regular time, and I was supposed to be in bed, and my parents were like, "Get back upstairs,"
Sure.
and I would like stand there and just keep watching it for as long as I could until I got yelled at twice.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I remember.
Well, Taxi, man.
Taxi. Good times.
But we're not here to talk about Taxi, Rob. We're here to talk about the Star War.
All
of the Star Wars.
One of them.
Every single one of them.
All
of the Star War. But it is Revenge of the Fifth, which I always like. People say, which I get, it's fine. But I think Revenge of the Sixth is better.
It sounds a little bit better.
So like they got to figure out something else for the fifth.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know what it would be.
I don't know what it would be.
That being said, happy Star Wars Day. How did you spend yours, Rob?
I did watch the Tales of the Empire.
Nice. Yes.
I did watch that. I didn't watch much of anything else, but I did watch Tales of the Empire. I was doing a little healing. Have a giant stitches on top of my head right now.
Is the hat like, does that protect?
Well, the hat it's protecting the viewers from seeing it.
He didn't give me that same luxury earlier.
No, you got to see it first.
I didn't see anything.
You didn't
see
anything?
Fine.
Yeah,
it just looked like you had like your hair was kind of like in hat
just
head.
a mess. Yeah. I did go to the gym today. Because like yesterday I didn't go. Because I was afraid of like
that's gonna
sweating
affect my
and getting. I know. So don't you worry about that.
If there's anyone on your team I know who's going to take it seriously, I know it's you, Rob.
Exactly. So, but yeah. So,
I mean, I will oftentimes when Pagan, and I'm sure she's mentioned this
she was telling me,
she was talking about like getting ice cream. I'm going to tell Rob on.
I'm telling Rob. What would Rob do? Yeah,
Rob would yell at you. Is what he'd do.
That's right.
But Star Wars Day, yeah. So we watched Tales of the Empire this morning.
Okay.
With me and Pagan and the Vange.
Okay.
And then yesterday I was on LBI yesterday for my niece's communion.
Oh yes.
You
didn't watch it during the communion?
I did not. I was too busy getting like yelled at by the ushers. I'll tell you what, I forgot. It's been a long time since I've been to a Catholic mass. I went all my childhood. I forgot like Catholicism is the one where they don't have to be nice to you.
No, not even
they're allowed to be mean to you. Like everyone else is like, we want y'all. Come on in. We're nice.
Catholicism is you will be here and you will pay us to be here.
I'm there with my child, an infant in a stroller taking a nap, and she's like, "You're gonna have to move this."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Oh, well then."
You're like, "Well, she's sleeping. I don't care."
I thought she was gonna take a ruler out and slap my knuckles with it.
Yeah, she's in the way. Move her.
For real though. But yeah, no, it was so that was that. I didn't get much celebrating. I did do a thing, and I have finally not only started, it's been a while. I have finished Jedi Survivor.
Oh, okay.
So I what I would like to do,